Hey everybody, welcome back to HemingwayLand.com, your source for quality, affordable land in the state of New Mexico. We've got a new property we're going to be talking about today. This is reference number OTNM2877, roughly 6 acres, precisely 5.94 acres in Otero County, New Mexico. This is located in the Timberon area of Otero, and it is priced at $18,000 or roughly $3,000 per acre. Before I begin on the shuck and jive, let me just say this. We've got a drone video up top here. This is going to give you an excellent sense of the property, the terrain, the surroundings. This video will be replaced by what you're watching right now, me talking, and the drone video will be moved to the bottom of the page. So if you'd like to get a sense of all those things, just scroll all the way down below the photo gallery and you will be able to view it there. Okay, so excited about this property. We have bought and sold a lot of land in Timberon. We've made a lot of customers happy with properties out there in Timberon. And I've gotten a lot of emails over the months about, do you have anything in Timberon that's larger than 1 acre? Well, we finally do. Most of Timberon is subdivided into 1 acre lots. So I was particularly excited when I saw, a 6 acre lot come across my desk. And so we jumped on this one quickly. Let's just talk about where this is and what Timberon is exactly. So as with all of our listings, come down here, click on the GPS coordinates. It'll bring it up on the Google Maps. Specific property is located here. We're going to zoom in a second. Before we do, however, I just want to say this area right here that you're seeing on the map, this area that's all carved out like this, is Timberon. Timberon is located in the heart of the Sacramento Mountains, and it's one of these areas where a developer came in back in the 70s, bought up these multiple thousands of acres of land, and then resold them, subdivided them into 1 acre lots, mostly 1 acre lots, and then resold them to people out there. Unlike most developers, however, he then didn't just take the money and move to Florida. He actually stuck around, created the Timberon Development Council, and tried to develop the area and make it a place that homeowners and landowners could be proud of. So they have things out there like restaurants. There's a clubhouse, community clubhouse in the area. There's a community fire department that just services Timberon. There's a golf course, a 9-hole golf course out there. Community pools. There are stables. If you have horses, you can put them up in the stables. And if you zoom in here on the map, you can see that they have their own airstrip, the Timberon Airport, quote unquote. So it gives you a sense when you see things like this of exactly how sort of well-maintained this community is, how much pride they take in this community. And for a shockingly modest $30 a year property owners association fee, you too can, be a part of that and contribute to that community, etc. So let's talk about where this specific property is in relation to some other cities here. As you can see, Alamogordo is north-northwest over here. Cloudcroft is up here to the north. If you want to see where this is in relation to anything else, get a sense of distance, just right-click this this pin, click measure distance, and then you can click over here and see things like Cloudcroft is roughly 25 miles to the north, etc., etc. All right, so this specific property. So this specific property sits off Bronco Drive. It does not extend all the way to Stallion. The property line ends right about here, goes out to about here, and then comes over to just sort of clips this area right here where there's not a dense concentration of trees. So it's essentially 2 adjacent 3-acre lots that have not been replatted. Yes, and they sit along Bronco Drive. Now, quick thing that I want to mention. So here on the listing page, up top, we say forested lot with power and master plan community. Just want to discuss this. Most of Timberon has power lines. You'll find streets that have power lines going up and down them, mostly throughout the area. This road, as it's been reported to me by my photographer, has power here at this property. It has power here, and it has power here. Simultaneously, the adjacent lots here and here have power, and this property has power. But strangely, there are no power lines extending along the road. So, what does it take to get power out to this property? I did a little research for the purpose of this video. If you come out here, you buy this land, and you put down some sort of foundation, electric company is going to come out and hook you up for free. If you are just, if you do not put down a foundation, the cost is $2,800 for 2 power poles, roughly $1,400 per power pole for them to come out here and hook you up. But the point is, you have power at pretty much every adjacent lot, but supposedly it does not extend down Bronco Drive or along Stallion. Just an FYI, interest of full disclosure. All right, so let's talk about acreage. As noted earlier, most of the land in the Timberon subdivision are 1 acre parcels. You will occasionally find things that are larger, like 1.5, or you'll find things that are smaller, like 1/2 acre parcels, but you rarely find things that are this large. As noted, it's a combination of 2 3-acre parcels. So to me, the big selling point here is that you're going to have more land than pretty much everybody else in the community, number one. Number two, obviously you can live off one piece of property. You can resell the other one if you like. Or maybe, you know, one part of the family lives on one piece of property, one part lives on the other, etc. Or you're just using these as vacation properties. I don't know. Whatever the case, the amount of acreage, I think, is an enviable feature for land in Timberon. Now, if you come down here to the gallery, we have a plat map here. When I first saw this and I looked at the plat map, to me all of these properties look like they're basically 1 acre. This was confirmed with the county that each of these are roughly 3-acre parcels. So if you're looking at this and saying, well, these don't look like they'd be, you know, markedly bigger than the other properties, apparently they are. Apparently they are. So anyway, 2 adjacent 3-acre parcels. By the way, I would also encourage you guys to scroll through the gallery here. We got new photos taken of Timberon. We had bought a bunch of properties back in the summer of last year, and we sent our photographer down. He took one set of photos, and we basically recycled them from all the listings. We felt that they were, you know, sufficient for those purposes. This property, however, being priced what it was, we thought that the expense of sending him down there again was worth it. So if you scroll through this gallery, you'll get an excellent sense of what the land is like out there, and what this specific property is like, etc. So I'd encourage you guys to check these out. He does really good work, and they'll show off the area. All right. Hole in a tree right there, a tree with a hole in it. Finally, let's just talk about this. So in regards guarantees that we here at Hemingway Land make about property, our big guarantee is about clear and marketable title. I'll get a lot of calls about things that I am not qualified to answer, questions I'm not qualified to answer, things about zoning. I mean, I do research. I try to be conversant in these things. I try to know as much as possible, but ultimately I don't like to make assurances about things. I like to say that due diligence is the buyer's responsibility. So here on our listing page, we have a number of pieces, a number of things that we recommend that you check out. If you're looking at buying these properties, you have specific plans. I want to build this. I want to live here. I want to have a business in Timberon maybe. I don't know. These are good links to check out. So first, click on this PDF. It's going to bring up the CCRs that govern this specific unit of Timberon. This is Unit 1 of Timberon. As noted, these are not onerous. There's nothing here like your house has to be, you know, only this amount of square feet or anything like that. There's nothing weird like that, like you'll typically find in HOAs, POAs. These are all, you know, pretty easygoing rules that they have. Furthermore, for research purposes, we also include down here county contact information. The assessor and the planning commission in Otero County are not as relevant for this particular property because it is governed by the Timberon Development Council. So these 3 links right here would be your best friends. Timberon Development Council, the Timberon FAQ, and the Water and Sanitation District. If you come up here and click on these, you can see what these websites are like. They have a lot of information about just, you know, things that are going on in the community, good people to contact if you have specific questions about I want to build or park or, you know, do whatever out there. Can I do it? Is this allowed? What kind of permits do I need to do that? Timberon FAQ will also answer a lot of questions that people have. It also addresses things like local schools, you know, utilities that are in the area, etc. And then the Water and Sanitation District as well. A lot of people who are going to build property, usually their first question is about wells or water table depth, etc. Water and Sanitation District has water lines throughout Timberon. You can talk to them about what it costs to hook up to those, if it's available in this specific area, what the cost is to get them out there, etc. Furthermore, I just want to say I've been doing a lot of poking around on the internet, and I found some new information we're going to be including on all of our future listing pages. It's about the New Mexico State Engineer's Office, where you can go to learn about specifically drilling a well in a property. So here we've got the State Engineer's Office, we've got well drilling info, and we've got a well drilling permit application. You're going to be able to see these links displayed here, and this will provide you a lot of good research material for learning about water table depth and just about, you know, what office do you have to contact and who do you have to speak to about these specific things. Simultaneously, as noted, permit application right here. All right, finally, let's just talk about price on this property. So typically we're listing 1 acre lots for $3,000. This is obviously 6 acres for $18,000. That's a lot of money to be paying for a forested piece of property, but I just wanted to point out to you guys, So first of all, in Otero County, prices fluctuate so much based on what part of the county you're in. It's a large county. But I was able to find two relevant comps for this. I found a 5-acre property for $49,000 in Timberon, and I found a 7.8-acre property for roughly $55,000. So as you can see, that $18,000 for however large a price tag that is actually very affordable when compared to other properties in the area. So we closed on this through Casa y Tierra Title. I recommend anybody who's going to buy this property from us that you also close through Casa y Tierra Title. We can do this a couple ways. So if you come here and click on the Buy Now button, we're going to ask you to put down a $1,000 earnest money deposit. This amount of money is non-refundable, so we encourage you to do whatever due diligence you have prior to depositing this money. Go out and see the property. We encourage all of our buyers to see these pieces of land. Talk to whoever you need to talk to. Make sure that whatever your dream is for this property, that you're going to be able to do it. And then put down the $1,000 here. If you have questions about how the buying process works, we have a page on our website, Buying From Us, and it explains about how properties in this price range, what we recommend. But basically, it's you put down the money, we're going to draft a sale purchase agreement, and then you sign it, we submit it to the title company, they're going to do the rest. I will normally tell people to check out what one of our contracts looks like by clicking this link. I will, however, say this property is going to be listed with a realtor. We don't list all of our properties with a realtor. This one, however, will be listed with a realtor. He's with Coldwell Banker, and if you call our offices at 702-919-7170, we can give you his information. So even if you don't want to put the $1,000 down here, if you just want to deal exclusively with a realtor, you can do that. All right, that's all from me. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope this was informative. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell, and hear about our latest updates on more properties just like this all throughout New Mexico. Thanks for watching.